What is up, everybody? This is Cody, aka DFS Prodigy, coming to you live top of the upcoming 11-game slate for NBA DFS for January 6th, 2021. So it's 11 gamer. We got to find some value to open up the slate. There's going to be studs that we're going to pay out for, so on and so forth. But I'm ready to extend the streak just like we did yesterday. Yesterday was amazing. Showdowns was hit in all formats. It was a great day in the DFS coaches Discord where we were talking about DFS there. The link will be in the description below, as long as my Twitter and Patreon for additional content. But before we begin, hit the like button for me, subscribe to my YouTube channel. It helps me a ton, as y'all know. And let's dig right into it. So starting off with Houston and Indiana. So James Harden's 11,000. It's going to be a tough price to pay out for James Harden, given that he's $11,000. Just like I was saying, value, we're going to have to find it. We're going to have to really dig deep for value and see what we can come up with. If you get to James Harden, you can certainly fit him in your lineups. But then again, like I said, the price tag is a little high to me. So if you can fit him, play him. If you can't, then I don't blame you. Just based on the recent game log, 38 minutes, 45, 55 points. That's not going to pay off that 11,000 price tag. He's going to have to get you that 78 game basically in order to pay it off. So James Harden, if you fit him in your lineups, good luck. But I'm not really getting to him much. I don't mind it though. Moving on forward with this Houston game, Christian Wood, he's looking to be the most improved player. The defense is not there, but the offense is. This is an okay matchup against Miles Turner. If they try to fit him on the center position, I think he's going to be more of the power forward. I don't mind him though. He's not one of my favorites though in this matchup. John Wall, 7,400. The price is still underrated in my opinion. I don't mind getting into some John Wall. Eric Gordon's only in play if John Wall or James Harden's out, which that's not going to be the case on this slate. So I'm fading Eric Gordon. The other guy I want to talk about is DeMarcus Cousins. DeMarcus Cousins had literally 3 fouls in 3 minutes. He was literally out of the game, only playing 3 minutes. If he can keep his hands to himself, I don't mind getting to him at this price tag, 4,300 against Miles Turner in a great matchup. If he can actually keep his hands to himself, I don't mind that. Daniel House Jr. being out, that opened up Tate, but there's other value on this slate I'd rather get to. And that wraps it up for Houston. Let's move on to the Indiana Pacers. Sabonis, 9,200. He's a stud I don't mind ever getting to. I'd rather get to him than James Harden, to be honest with you. I know that sounds crazy, but look at that price tag. 9,200 compared to 11,000. Based on what Sabonis has done, he can have his way against Christian Wood. I think this is a great matchup for him. I'm all in on Sabonis. Brogdon, he's a safe cash game play. We know we're going to get out of Brogdon. He's 8,000. He can get you the consistent floor. I don't mind him. Oladipo, the price went down surprisingly, even though the pace of his game has gone up. I like Oladipo a lot at 7,000. Miles Turner, never a guy I'm going to get to. If you want to get risky, you can look at Justin Holiday. Justin Holiday is a value at 4,500 in place of TJ Warren. That wraps up for the first game. Let's move on to Cleveland and Orlando. Let's start off with the Cleveland team. So Okoro is back, but we still have Garland out. We still have Porter Jr. out. We still have Love out. We still have Exum out. Deladova out. Windler out. There's still plays at the guard position that are going to be happening. So Dotson, if he gets a nod at the start, I don't mind him. But we have Okoro coming back who's going to get that usage rate. I don't mind making that a buy low candidate at 4,000 for Okoro in his first game back. He's going to see minutes. We see the injuries on this team. He's going to have to step up still as the rookie. I don't mind getting to him. Andre Drummond, he's been crazy this season. Crazy. The reason why is he's gotten basically benched by the coach. He's gotten foul trouble. But then again, he can hit you 50 points in this game. Be careful what you wish for with Andre Drummond at 8,600. If he can go good against Vucevic, I mean, he can get easily top the 8,600 price tag. The minutes are there last game. If the minutes stay true to itself, he can look good. Colin Sexton, the price is a little high to me based on what he's going to have to do. He's very score dependent, which that's what scares me. He doesn't get a lot of peripherals, meaning like assists, steals, stuff like that, rebounds. He doesn't get that a ton. He just mainly gets you those points. So that's what scares me with him. Larry Nance, the price is still kind of going up. I'm off of that until the price lowers. I don't want to get to that really. Chetty Osman, he looked good last game, but I don't trust it now with Okora coming back, and that wraps up for that team. I'll go Orlando side of the ball. Vucevic, great price. You can lock and load him. Aaron Gordon, if there's no limitations, lock and load him at 6,400. I don't mind him. Terrence Ross with no Fournier and Marco Carter Williams. You can go to Terrence Ross, but I'd much rather get to Cole Anthony at that cheaper price tag. He's going to see the start. Give me some Cole Anthony on this slate as a value. I don't mind getting into Cole Anthony whatsoever. That wraps it up for that game. Let's move on to Washington and Philly. On this Washington team, Russell Westbrook, a walking triple-double. I think he can certainly do it again against this Philly team, but it's going to be hard based on the defensive side of the ball. Bradley Beal, he's looking good at 9,000. I don't mind getting to him. Thomas Bryant, he's going to go up against Joel Embiid. That's a no-go for me. I'm not getting to him. Rui Hachimura, if the minutes are going to be there for him, I don't mind getting to him as a value. But again, it's against Philly, which is a good defensive team, so be careful with this team overall. Moving on to the Philly side of the ball, we have onto this Philly team. Joel Embiid up top at 9,900. Anytime Joel Embiid's under 10K, I don't mind getting to him whatsoever. I like him a ton. You can lock and load him against Thomas Bryant. Ben Simmons, same story. I don't really like him. The price is going down, but then when Joel Embiid is active and when Tobias Harris is active, I don't like getting to Simmons at all or Tobias Harris. Seth Curry, he's very scoring dependent. The price did go down though. I don't mind taking a shot at him as a value. But other than that, on this team, it's just a meh option to me. I'm not liking a lot in this game whatsoever. Moving on to Charlotte and Atlanta, you have you have Trae Young at the very top. I don't mind getting some Trae Young against this awful defensive team. Trae Young is going to have his way. I don't mind getting to him whatsoever. Like I was saying, John Collins, you can certainly get to him at the 7,200 price tag, but the usage rate is going to go down because Clint Capella's back. Capella's price rose up to 6,700. That's tough. That's a tough price tag to pay. I don't like getting Capella at that price tag. Bog is questionable. Gallinari is out, so you can look to Reddish to even see more of a usage rate bump. DeAndre Hunter, the price did go up. I really get to Cam Reddish, and that wraps it up on this team. Moving on to Charlotte. So Devontae Graham, Gordon Hayward, Terry Rozier. Devontae Graham still shooting the ball awful. I don't like getting to Devontae Graham even though the price is low. Gordon Hayward, I'm not ever paying 7,400 for him. That's a no-go for me. Terry Rozier, I'd rather take a shot on at 6,300 if he can get it going. LaMelo Ball at 6,000. The rookie's looking good. The rookie's looking consistent. I don't mind getting to some LaMelo Ball. PJ Washington, he stayed out of the foul trouble last game. I like getting to him at 5,000. He's a good option, certainly you can get to. Other than that, on this team, there's nobody that I'm looking at. Moving on to the Boston and Miami game. So you have Jason Tatum at 9,000, but Marcus Smart questionable. If Marcus Smart is officially out, you can look to Tatum, you can look to Brown. I like this matchup a ton for them. I like them a lot. Bam Adebayo, Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler's a great price tag. I don't mind getting to him. I like this game overall. Bam Adebayo, great price. Going to be a good matchup. Give me Bam. With Tyler Hero, Goran Dragic, I'd rather get to Goran Dragic coming off the bench, but I don't mind either guy either. Peyton Pritchard, he's certainly a value that will open up with Jeff Teague's out and Marcus Smart out. You can look to him getting the start. He looked good. I don't mind riding the hot streak with him. Tristan Thompson, good price tag. I don't mind it. Kelly Olynyk, if he does start, he saw great minutes, 30 minutes last game, 4,400, a great price tag for him. Daniel Tice is underowned, in my opinion, at 4,300. I don't mind him. I had this game overall a ton. I don't mind getting into the options in this game. Moving on to Utah and New York. Looking at Julius Randle, when am I ever going to stop paying for Julius Randle? It's not going to happen. He's looking good. I'm paying the 9,500 price tag on him. He can certainly hit the value. And I'm not getting to him. Donovan Mitchell, 7,800. I'm not doing it until I see more out of him. Rudy Gobert, 7,600. He's a great price. Underowned, in my opinion. I don't mind it. RJ Barrett seeing great minutes. He's seeing close to 30 minutes. If he certainly gets those minutes, I don't mind getting to him. Conley, I need to see more out of him. L. Payton's on a guy I'm getting to with all the guards back. And that wraps it up in this game. Short and quit. Let's move on to the next game of this 11 gamer. This slate's pretty big. Like I said, guys, you're going to have to find value. Value is going to open up, though, in this game. Let's look at Detroit and Milwaukee. So Detroit, Killian Hayes is now out. You have Josh Jackson questionable. So basically, what the point of that is, you're going to have to find the value. I don't mind getting some Sadiq Bey. If he does get the starting nod, you can look to him. DeLon Wright had a DMP last game. That was crazy. I'm not getting DeLon Wright at all. But let's start at the very top. Giannis, he can certainly pay off that price tag. Like I said, with James Harden, he's got to pay that off, though. If you get to him, you get to him. If you don't, you don't. I'm more so going on the stars and scrub kind of balanced lineup. I like the balanced lineup because of the options on the slate. There's not going to be value enough. But we're going to have to really dig deep. So I'm kind of going the more balanced route, meaning I'm going to get more of the mid-tier kind of plays. I'm not paying up for $11,000, $10,000 guys. I'm paying for basically the 8,000 guys trying to fill it in. Anyways, Chris Middleton, 7,500, great price tag. He's the number 2 option on this team. He's getting great minutes. He's looking almost better than Giannis. I don't mind getting to Middleton. Jeremiah Grant at 6,900. I don't mind that. But with Blake Griffin back, that takes the usage rate away. Drew Holiday, great price tag. Again, he's a secondary option to Giannis. Good defensive matchup for him. I don't mind it. Mason Plumlee, he's going to go up against Steven Adams. I'd much rather basically, I mean, that's going to be tough. Mason Plumlee's okay, in my opinion. I take that back. He's okay. He's going to go up against Brook Lopez. He's okay. Josh Jackson questionable, so look to Sadiq Bey possibly. And that wraps it up on this team. Derrick Rose, he's okay. I'm not really minding it. OKC in New Orleans. So in this game's going to be where the points are going to be made, in my opinion. So we have 2 high-paced, fast teams. Basically, they're awful on defense. So let's dig right into it. Brandon Ingram, Zion. I really like that Zion has a safer ceiling, while Brandon Ingram has a safer floor. You can get the Zion more so than Brandon Ingram, in my opinion. So SGA is way too underpriced, in my opinion. At 7,300, he's going to have a smash play in this game. I like him a ton. Steven Adams, he's a cash game option, in my opinion. 6,200s, he's going to be consistent for you. I like him a ton. I don't mind getting to some Steven Adams. Lonzo Ball, he's going to be in a good matchup. He's on the defensive end, though, against SGA. That's going to be a great matchup. I can't wait to watch. Eric Bledsoe, he's way too underpriced, in my opinion, based on how he's played. He's going to be finally stepping up. I don't mind that at 6,000. Baisley, he's just an okay mid-range play. 5,800, he's okay. Al Horford, same thing. He's okay. 5,800. There's not really value in this game I'm looking at. I like the top options with the SGA, with Zion, with the Ingram. I like those top options a ton. Moving on to Toronto and Phoenix. Fred VanVleet, I like him a ton. He's consistent. He's getting you the points. He's getting you peripheral stats. Give me some Fred VanVleet at 7,900. I know Phoenix is good on the defensive end. I know they are. But Fred VanVleet, I think he can definitely have a great game. Kyle Lowry, he's okay, 7,800. I'd rather get to VanVleet for $100 more. Siakam, I want to see more out of him. Mentally, he's just not looking good. The fouling, the disciplinary, I'm not on Siakam. Devin Booker, still overpriced in my opinion based on how he's played. Recent form's not looking good for him. I need to see more out of him. Ayton, 7,300. I think he's going to have a good matchup. I like him a ton. Chris Paul, same thing. Good matchup. Give me some Chris Paul. OG Anunoby, he's inconsistent this season. I don't like it. Bridges is a monster on the defensive end. A monster. He's looked good on the defensive end. He's going to be in line for POY at the end of the year. I don't mind him. Chris Boucher, minutes are inconsistent for him. I'm not getting into that. And the value on the slate, Jay Crowder, he's a good defensive guy. You can look to him for the defensive stats, but be careful. And that wraps it up in that game. Clippers and Warriors. So the late night hammer. So this is a game we need to watch the status of. If Kawhi does sit for rest, look to Paul George. If Paul George is starting with Kawhi out, lock in Paul George. If both these guys are out, though, it's going to open the value, and there's our value for the slate. So let's just talk about the outcomes. So let's talk about basically click off of Golden State. Let's look at the Clippers for a second. So the computer's slow. If Kawhi is out and Paul George is in, get to Paul George. You can get, so we're talking about, like I said, if Kawhi is out, if he is for sure resting, look to Paul George, look to Lou Will. But be careful with Lou Will because he was holding his arm last slate. So I would rather look to Pat Bev and Kennard. If Kawhi is in and Paul George is out, lock and load Kennard and Pat Bev still. If both guys are out, look to Serge Ibaka, look to Batum, look to Kennard, look to Bev. There's going to be a lot of outcomes in this game. Like I said, I'll be discussing it on Twitter and in the Discord, so you can certainly hit up there. I'll be discussing it. But there's going to be a lot of value opening up for this Clippers team, so be on the lookout. On Golden State, Steph Curry, I like him. I don't mind paying that 9,800 price tag. Wiggins, we know what we're going to get out of Wiggins. I hate playing him. Kelly Oubre is finally shooting the ball well. You can take him as a buy low candidate. Draymond Green, I want to see more of him minutes wise. James Wiseman, he's going to be basically in a bad defensive matchup with Zubac and with Ibaka. I'm off of that. Let's look at the last game of the night with Chicago and the Kings. So Chicago, they won us money last night. I like them a ton still. This is going to be a high, fast-paced matchup. Zach LaVine, 8,300. I don't mind getting to. De'Aaron Fox, 8,200. I don't mind getting to him. That's going to be a good matchup. Kobe White, great price, 6,800. I don't mind paying that. I don't mind paying Otto Porter Jr.'s price. Holmes, he let me down last slate. I want to see him once again. 5,900 though, it's an okay price, but still, I really get the Wendell Carter in this game at 5,400. Marvin Bagley, 5,200, great price tag, so on and so forth. So hit that like button for me, guys. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. It helps me a ton, as y'all know. I hope everybody has this great and safe rest of their day. Have a good one, everybody.